African soldiers fought for freedom. I want to start African soldiers now. African soldiers fought for freedom. It's about dead as my living. Those that are dead are still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting.
All great things
Just
start on a small scale.
listen, let's
All great moments begin with individuals. Of course, there are some of us
improve Africa.
who think starting on a large note is what counts. There are some of us who think fooling all of the crowd is what counts. There are some of us who feel putting in all we have, especially financially, is what counts. But at times, just starting on a low note, just starting with a low beginning, that's where we have great things coming up in the future.
Save your people from political yabis. I say save Africa from economic.
And so, no matter what it is that you've thought of doing, plan it well.
We are still calling African soldiers.
Give it all of the thought you think you can give it.
For freedom.
And then come up when you are ready with whatever little idea you have. And tomorrow, as others see what it is, it will definitely join you. And together, you all can make that a very, very big dream. This is how I like to welcome each and every one of you to the program. Good morning, Liberia. And so I want to say good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Liberians. It feels good to be back here again on the last day of July to present to you the program. Good morning, Liberia. And the team is here again to serve you breakfast. Having gone through the weekend, we've come back to serve you breakfast. And we have a very, very delicious breakfast for you this morning. But if you are on the social media, let us let you know that we are live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And so if you are there, you can just follow us and drop your comments. You can also share as well and invite other people. And so once again, welcome everybody to the program. Good morning, Liberia. My name is Famata Duncan, and I'm here along with
Grace Williams Joshua.
and we are yet expecting Samira Wola, who will be here shortly, as she will introduce herself when she comes. And so this is how we like to go on with the program this morning. So quickly we'll go over to Grace, who will tell us shortly, give us what we will be doing here today.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Famata, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. I'm happy this morning to be here. And before I go into our talking points,
Mhm.
I want to do this one for my hubby. Today is his birthday. He
Okay.
turned another age. Today is a blessing of God to see us alive.
Mm.
On our talking point dashboard this morning, we have something that we all been talking about,
Mhm.
and most of Liberia is within our purview to make sure that we bring you major happiness.
Mm.
So as it stands, Ambassador Joseph Imabaraka visit to America,
Mhm.
he interacted with some citizens from Liberia back there. And we have an audio here where he will be talking to us.
Mhm.
And we also have one from Eugene Falcon who introduced him. So that's it for our first talking point.
Okay.
Our second talking point, we have Martin Colley showing jazz at Henry Costa and Ben Savage, and there are lot more for now.
Mhm.
So we'll be diving into that. And for our last segment, we'll have Robert Hens. He is the director of press from the House of Representatives. He will be here this morning from 9 to 10. That's our guest for today.
Oh, okay.
So, for matter, that's what we have on our dashboard this morning.
Okay, thank you ever so much. So you've heard it from Grace. These are things we will be delving into shortly on the program this morning. And I just saw something on my way here, and I think I share with us that has to do with the NEC update on the number of persons that registered to vote in October. We don't have the time to have it read, but just for people to know that we have a total of 2,468,983 persons that registered to participate during the voting process in October. Maybe tomorrow or some other time we will go from county to county to let you know how many voters registered and are prepared for the exercise come October 10, 2023. So if we have the audio there, we would like to start arranging it so we can have Liberians listen to it. But before we do that, I want to know how your week went.
Well, my week were okay. Like for me, I have a very wonderful time, but my hubby was not well. I had to take him to the hospital, and besides that, I only felt bad this morning on my way to work. There's a accident along the road
Mm-hmm.
right after the Royal Grand Hotel area there.
Okay.
There's this car that was on speed and it hit the other one from the back. So
Mm.
when I saw it this morning, I kind of worried that how are these people that were involved in the accident? I hope they are okay, kind of for feeling sad.
Mm.
And I also saw another thing on the social media where a lady is beating this young girl
Mm.
for husband when she said, according to what the girl is having an affair with her husband.
Mhm.
So she beat her on life.
Mm.
Like now, small people she get again.
Wow.
So all these things are kind of for playing on me, knowing that I'm a woman from the female perspective, knowing that sleeping with somebody's husband is not right too, but taking the
Mhm.
law in your hand is another issue. So far so good. That's just it for my end.
Okay.
I'm
And from
good.
my end, the weekend was a blessed one. I was in my on Saturday. I went for service after my time on the field with some referees. This go on Saturday. I had to go over to Makibi to get prepared for service. Okay, so it was good, and I came back yesterday. Yeah, yeah, I came back yesterday and attended a family meeting. And after the family meeting, I had to rush at the Voice of Liberia because this place we can't forget about this place. Yeah, I had to come here to do one or two so that the news could be ready for this morning. And so these are just some things we were doing over the weekend, and it was actually wonderful. It was actually wonderful. We bless God ever so much for the life that we can be here again this morning. So I would like to, not wasting any more of your time, play this audio from Joseph Boakite doing his visit in the U.S. It's here. You know, the old man liked this song, Kapow, Kapow. The Liberian people are moving with at this point. Mhm. When this stream started, this stream was hit from both sides. Now, this is not the voice of Joseph Walker, right?
That will take Falcon. Falcon will
Okay,
be the one to
okay,
link him.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
The Liberian people are moving with at this point. When this stream started, this stream was hit from both sides. Like today, in 45 minutes, we have 9 posts and everything ended with Hayaka. But you know when America say Hayaka, enough for you and Lou. Hayaka in the Liberian English means you don't understand. You're playing with fire. So the other chosen number of B-52s and F-15s did not come out. You ain't get nothing from me yet. Just the infantry soldiers water down the whole thing in less than minutes. So tonight, when you talk about the most qualified, the most experienced,
the most preferred. I'm here to tell you tonight that you can run a corporation like Coca-Cola, that is a multi-billion-dollar industry that has systems, but it is a corporation. You are running against the man who ran a country. There is a difference between a country and a corporation. True or false? For the corporation, you were earning profits. For the country, he was serving people. You went to a board meeting, but again, I promise you, he had to face the legislature. There is a difference. You're dealing with 15 political subdivisions, about 17 to now 18 tribes. You're running a country that is considered the fourth poorest nation in the world. You're dealing with traditions, culture. You're dealing with politicians that, for the most part, is corrupt. Now we're looking for introduction. Who is most qualified? The one who set our agricultural system into motion. When you talk about roads, they borrowed $800 million and they gave us roads such as the Buchanan Highway and the Ganta Highway. You borrowed $1.6 billion. You still got to show us when the Rapperfield Road is completed. Who is most qualified? When you talk about education, in his young age, he helped one of the candidate mother complete school. He was at the university at the same time CWA. Who is most qualified? When you talk about sanitation and water, he quite recently gave the technical college in Burundi and the school there safe drinking water. Let alone he pays for the water with 6 John boats to the people of the Southeast. Who is most qualified? I serve for tourism. Look at Batawi waterfalls. The world has agreed that the only country in the world where you can surf the entire world around all weather, Cape Mount has the largest surfing waves, but yet we can't make $1 from it. But I tell you what, you are asking me to introduce the man that needs no introduction. I'm pleased to tell you tonight that the one that has no record of corruption is the one I will introduce to you. The man that they not bring in the kush or the cocaine is the one I'll introduce to you. The man whose grandchildren are being raped and his little boys are being sodomized tonight, he will give them justice when the time comes. It's the man I am going to introduce to you. The man whose foreign service credentials surpasses all is not no equal. In this race, I challenge any political party to hold a debate on qualification, experience, and the one ready to rescue the country from day one. If you produce that candidate, he will step down. If you can't, then I'm pleased. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you to rise to your feet as I have the singular honor to introduce to you the incoming president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker.
All of you for the surprise to make us feel happy and welcome here. To people who are providing security, I want to say thank you. I want to say today that Nigerians are at a crossroads, very critical one. Maybe there were times in serious fear for our country. Nigerians have always been friendly people. As far as I know, We are the only country who had never in Africa deported any people in mass, and people had always wished to be in this country. A lot of people who carry passports travel came through Liberia. And I know for sure that people were surprised to see us reduced to where we are today. They couldn't understand. Since I left school and began to work, and then people who very little love this country, greed has come from, and I can give you one experience that I just want to think about that. In all of it, some of us are being able to manage through God's help to see our country first. And that's why uh, in 2015, and I worked for government, and people don't understand why you do job, and everybody has some reason. If you have some disagreement, why they leave, wasn't employed. I was elected. Elected to work with a president. And I had my own record to keep. I kept my lane, and I did what I could do. And the records are there. I think in Liberia, sometimes we don't check the record, and I want to thank God for once in a while, God always bring people to the scene. I mean, the truth is always the truth. When I see people like Eugene, whom I just met for the first time in person, and people, I don't know, but we are Christians, and I believe surely that God looks at the heart of people. And I hear people who don't know you, they're compelled to say the truth about you. Because we can't go around defending ourselves, all we have to do is do what we do. And so, for even me, that I'm not in the social media, using the facts on board for the short time more than most people. And that's the problem of our country. We don't want to say anything good about people. Liberians, and that's one of the cultures that we have. Liberians are known to be big, kind people. But over the last couple of years, we have drifted from that. And it's all due to poverty. And not poverty because we lack, it's poverty because of leadership. We're not leadership. We have hard work, we don't have leaders. Everybody comes to the scene and he just want to do things and leave it just to have that. It is not the matter of calling you your title, it's a matter of service. And if people know what public service means, it's simply that public service. You work for the people. And you work for the people, and your lessons come from the way you work. But we have had to try to do over the years a lot of people.
Okay, so the audio is very long. the audio is very long, so we cannot complete everything. But this is an audio that has to do with Ambassador Joseph Walker visit to America, where he was received by Liberians in the diaspora, and there were many things said there, some of which you listened to this morning, with this audio beginning with Eugene Facon introducing introducing Joseph Boakai and all of that. The Facon, that once was with
CDC.
CDC, that said good things about CDC and all of that, and later on we fell off, and now he's gone over to Joseph Boakai. So, Grace, this is where we stand this morning.
Okay, for me, I don't think there is nothing much to say since I started in the political landscape. I just been shocked, like
About what?
about Liberian politicians and what they do,
Mm,
especially those how we call the power-driven one,
mm,
those that are hungry, like the desperate one. That's the word I want to use this morning. Looking at Eugene Facon, if we can just take you back, if we have time enough to Eugene Facon's statements and his trials that he used to throw at Ome Waka.
mm.
I can remember him called the baby walking there,
Okay.
like
Zombie.
zombie. That baby was sleeping, 2017 election.
Mm,
There were so many statements from Facon. I can remember that time and we Robert Hands and he was hosting a show on love and fresh Filipino adventure.
Okay.
He said we used to link,
Collaborate.
collaborate and have that program.
Okay.
That program helped to bring CDC to power.
Okay.
So like I'm not surprised
Mhm.
that Facon, like I'm just like Facon of all people talking about paying bro, rubber film bro cannot be competed.
Mm,
Talking about they say they carry on development, we can't see anything.
mm,
Now my question to Facon is Joseph Boakai were around during early region, but Joseph Boakai claimed to be parked at that time.
mhm.
Why now are you laboring any achievement to that of Boakai?
Mm,
You saying Ellie said that Joseph Boakai is the most qualified candidate,
mhm.
quote unquote, that what Ellie says and that why you go bring back. But you forget to notice, Ellie Johnson's woman have never come up, former President Ellie Johnson said have never come up open air to say she's supporting Honorable Boakai.
Mm.
You were the same one degrading Boakai a few weeks ago, few months ago, few years ago. Then today you are here thinking praises. Look at the amount of praises in Larry on Boakai. Boakai set the agriculture sectors.
Mhm.
He didn't want to make it with eating food today. And Ambassador Boakai King say, you coming home, you can't even call the place home. Because when you get to the airport, you feel frustrated.
Mm.
When was the airport upgraded? It wasn't in recent. Look at the airport from 2005 to 2011 and compare the airport now. There are huge amount of work being done at that airport. Yet you serve as vice president for 12 years.
Mm.
It didn't occur to you that you will have to that you keep for out because you're not in a country during the war. That you coming back to serve the Liberian people that the airport need to be decent. And my last another say he also said that when you come to Morovia, there is no way to get to Lofa if you from Lofa because of the deplorable road condition. Excuse me, are you serious?
Mm.
That is your home. I don't care what people say, that is your home. Why will you come to the public knowing you yourself has failed? And if you failed, the failure mark you score, you want to talk about it. You never knew that there was road leading to Lofa Kante when you were vice president. You never knew. I'm not here to sing praises for anybody, but where the mistakes are, I will point them out. CDC is on a path led by the Unity Party. Let us tell Liberian people what we will do for them when we are elected, what we did in the past when we were in leadership, and stop pointing fingers at other people. Let us focus on what we will do. Give your platform. Tell us. I thought Pastor Banga went to America to tell the people, say, okay, when I win with internet this period, this will be my workings, this will be my plans, this is what I want to do. I want to do this, to achieve this. But I will go talk about failures. Like seriously, when Falcon there, I don't even know he's looking for words. You know, for mother, when you're trying to turn black to white, and you start already to get the evidence of the negativism you won't push, you kind of a hunt for words. Now what happened with Falcon when you now you say you can play for yourself, you listen to
But
it.
the old man needs to think out of the box in that all of those persons who are coming his way, they are people who wants to work with um, the CDC. And so if today, for one reason or the other, they are now with CDC, that should ring a bell to him to put him on the alert to know that anytime, anytime soon, these people can also leave him and all of that. So anyway, it is often said that he's a wise person. But then again, like you are putting it this morning, there are lots of things according to he himself they didn't do for the Liberian people. And especially during that tenure, it was right after the civil unrest. And it happens that there were so many partners that came to Liberia and they came with so much of goodies and all of that. And till now, we can see really what are some of the things that really went on during their time and all of that, even though there are some that did. Because just coming from war, you know that it won't be easy to bring the country back on part and many other things they did. But infrastructure wise, we cannot grade them 100% because they did their part and other governments will come and do theirs. But there were a few things they did, and there were other things they did not do, which he talked about that they squandered the Liberians' opportunity. And I think not living up to some of those basic things they were supposed to do, I believe these were areas he was talking about. And so maybe he thinks that this time around he wants Liberians to now vote him so that we see the need, or so that he see the need to do some of those things that they didn't do. But then it is left with the Liberian people, like we can always say on the show, to do the needful or to see as to whether we want to give Joseph Boakai this chance to go on as president and then change or right some of those wrongs they might have done in the past. So, Samira, this
Oh,
is where we are.
okay.
Part of people full with deceit
Hmm.
coming around him.
Hmm.
So no wonder why people like Tyler Ure and the Ure families join back because they do not want to work with people of such.
So, and these are the same people who they were on the ruling party
Mm-hmm.
side just the other day, and then the UP people they were there criticizing and throwing all out of words to them.
Sure.
And now these are the same people that they are now working with, meaning their allies. So it pushes them to no aspect where they can now draw their hands because Tella, Yure, and Bernard Yure, they have been with Joseph Parker since
Sure.
they have been with him. They were together in their struggling days, I can say, because they have helped Unity Party a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And now seeing all of these people coming in,
Mm.
probably they don't deem it necessary for Waka to bring in these people, especially campaign period. They were not around
Mm-hmm.
since. So why now, 2023, Waka is including them?
Okay.
And I can always say this that there's a discussion like in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Waka and these people who is bringing to the table,
Mm.
they have some kind of discussion. Yeah, so that is it.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, but then, like I said this morning, there are things he should be looking at. There are things he should be looking at. Those same things or those same agreements that I believe these people went over to CDC with, he
Yeah.
should also look out for them. And I know one thing this will try to do is that it will push people away from him because of the kind of people he's accepting.
Sure.
Even though we all know Costa to be someone who is full of deceit and all of that, But with Costa on the team, maybe not as the vice running mate and all of that, people would have still wanted to support him.
Sure.
But with him bringing in Prince Johnson, let's say Jeremiah Kuhn,
Yes,
Prince Johnson
even
on the line, and then coming over to what's his name, Eugene Falcon, and all of that, I think this will cause a serious problem for him.
a serious one. And three young Kaka, if she never had a mindset to stand for unity party or to be on their side, then she was left ever since. Because hers happened too. Everybody expected was it Youngly, yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody expected Youngly to go along with Joseph Walker.
Okay.
While at the end of the day, people didn't see that. But she decided to stick with Joseph Walker.
Mhm.
Maybe she knows a reason why she's there as cheerleader and she's there. But other people, maybe they just couldn't accept it and then they decided to leave. And this should show a sign to the Unity Party participants and
Mhm.
even the Senate barrier itself. Because why will you get people just leaving this party and
At
leaving
this
this party
time, at this time.
Yeah, it
That's
does
because
a lot
of the
of things.
decisions you are making and all of that, the
And
choices.
he's not saying anything about it. He's not speaking to the media about it. Like he cares less. He will focusing on his October 10 elections.
Mhm. And that's the way.
I just like the way Samara put it.
Mhm.
He don't care for anything. Like he don't want to tell us what he will do if he become president. Exactly. But all they care for is showing just if matter as state to be corrected, I won't vote for this. You record this.
Mm.
Tell to Eugene Falcon, if Falcon were not sacked or dismissed from this government, he would have never been supporting United Party.
I'm telling you,
He wouldn't support the United Party because he feels that because he's just in charge, how can he get back to George Weah? You know, all of anger. He want to show to George Weah that he's relevant.
Mhm.
Okay, hoping that with Joseph Baka win, he will. These are the powerful people we're talking about.
they just want to be in position forever. Is that
You
how
do
you
wrong.
want
You misbehave. You are not a spokesman of the government. You're not a official spokesman. You're not a minister. You came up with evidence that the project was failed so that could destroy the whole world. You came out and said something in the open about something that was not true. The president in his wisdom said that you set a rest. Okay? And he's calling on all sedition to come on. You are still a sedition.
Of course.
You are not going to the party to tell the party, okay, I withdraw my membership. Or if you show you love Joseph Baka as you quit, then when all the other politicians doing Samara come endorse Joseph Baka, open and have programs.
That's it.
Endorse Joseph Baka
Because
and drop facility model.
just like the
even
way the
where this
Shepherd
program was
Papa
held, it was
did.
never held on the Liberian soil.
Nothing.
This program that was held. So,
Yes.
so what the essence?
What is happening in the
But
government?
so that even people who were at that event, they might not even come to Liberia to vote.
Yes.
Everywhere,
Area,
United Party, all the talking about Joseph
but
Baka.
the place was
And
even
he's the
packed.
next president.
The
And
place
wherever
was
I
even
know,
packed. The place wasn't even packed.
I think in Minnesota they are where they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Minnesota are part of Liberia.
Liberians, black people.
If Baka went there for a visit, of course we accept that. Falcon, if you want to officially be a United Party partisans, he does the ticket, open it, tell the citizens that the way you take on my brother did,
Mhm.
and you support so and so. But
Okay.
he keep taking on two things.
And
Because you want to get back to
that,
President
yeah,
Weah.
he didn't say as to whether that was a petition. Right?
Nothing.
Mhm.
He wouldn't say, oh, our next president has to talk to you, you know, because they say, oh, they RRA rule. You can hear the audio for yourself now. They did not complete RRA. Are you serious? Or where you got to know that RRA rule?
It is also possible that they are looking for ways and means again, maybe to gather funds from someone. So maybe that's the reason why. That's the reason why they are doing
just
that.
like that.
They are looking for support from
Then
someone.
they're talking about Rufai Wunafis. Whether you are here for the 12 years, you not tell me say, okay, all the budget will pass now, I put my hometown rule.
You know, my point
And
here is
that's the mistake of many of these representatives. And see, how they call it, bombing role. See that role. And we have
Ellie
Slow. We have other people along that route. The role
Even
is
the one that
horrible.
they say he own war crime list, corruption list to vanish them.
Mhm.
All of them for that, look at Robert Ford go. Yeah. The politicians in the country, they are so unserious. So you want in 6 years time, so we must pay RIA road, you must pay Robertsport road, you must pay local road. So where Joseph Baga, the 2 years you spend power, what you are doing now?
The fireboy, they will say maybe that is not your responsibility. Okay, that is not your responsibility. But then again, if I live in a community or if I am a representative of a community and I see maybe there is a garbage, a part of garbage in my community, and I know very well
I
that
have to be bigger before I go to
even though I don't have what it takes, but if there is a law about that, I should be one of those who will fight for that law to be passed and also fight for its implementation in my
what
area
we will
so
have,
that
we're
these
hoping
things
to
can be
have
done. But I don't know.
on the dialogue of press from the House of Legislators this morning.
Mhm.
But it's the same. It's the lower house, right? The legislators. So the idea is if you are telling me you are not responsible, then who is responsible for construction in this country?
Yes.
The C lawmakers. You are the one that's supposed to set the house in order, pass bills that will affect our people for construction of road.
Mhm.
Get good construction, go out there, lobby, bring good companies to invest in your country to raise revenue to be able to develop these roads.
Sure.
Let me honest for once. So you serve as a vice president for 12 years. 12 years. You see the need to lobby out there, to advocate with the government to see the need that local roads should be a priority road that will be able to be constructed first. But he was part. You sat in that vice presidency chair for 12 unbroken years, no stress. You collected all your salary. You never advocated one day for the RR road to be constructed or for the airport to be body last that you thinking about Gambia, Niger, Japan, all those places airport. Were you not in power? So the other thought they will come again. You didn't just be saying your bill, be saying rescue helicopter. So that just the other president say you want for you to be able to build that road. So now when we say you say people buy more for the paper. The only thing we want for Joseph Baka to do for us, do for the Liberian people, no, they want you to do if you become president. Forget about the past, start laboring the mistakes, the failures.
Well, that's the only thing they can point fingers to. And I believe, like I said here some day ago, is that if you might have observed someone, or if they really have been maybe watching this government, those areas where there are lapses, these are areas they should be able to build their platform on. And when they come, these are areas they are going to work to improve. But instead of doing that, they will come and be pointing accusing fingers, and if Liberian people decide, so, okay, let's put these people there, they will do well.
They will
They
still
themselves
make
will
the
come
same
and
mistake.
make even worse mistakes than what we were not even expecting, and all of that. So the thing about this election and coming to power, like we usually say on this show, it's just about these people coming to maybe work on their own interests. It's not actually about anything that concerns bettering the lives of Liberians.
Who takes it? Yeah, come for
because
him, man.
that's what it is. And if you look at Honorable Waka's standpoint, he's doing everything possible. He has decided to even work with people, even if you go against someone for something, he has decided to work with them. In that, at the end of the day, he gets what he wants. So
The thing here is not about being greedy or just defending yourself or standing from where you are and saying I must be empowered by others. What if I'm going here, right here?
that's
If
the
you
thing.
did, you that body needed to be rescued or to be saved, like you claiming that some rag and say they were playing you in now.
But you know, my problem here with for these people, my problem of these people is that most of these people, these are people that work in government.
Of course.
Only because that job that you had, it was taken
Yeah,
from
so
you.
you want to go
You
the other way
cannot
around.
set down the money you have been making over the past years.
Mhm.
You cannot invest it. You have nothing to do for other to be for one political party to another bad movie. They see government that you work in. They see government that was somehow you was giving back to like bring people. They were putting food on your table.
Samira, I hope you know that's one of the easiest way to make money in Liberia because some of these ministers, representatives, they hardly go to work. They hardly go to work at the end of the month, but they pay.
Just
All of
check
that.
at the house
So
there.
that's one of
It
the
was the
easiest
last
ways.
time
I
I
am one
was
of them struggling to go
yes.
there.
I carried letter to share it at the house so from one representative or office to another representative office, I mean, a whole week. There was not one person or assistant I saw in a draft the letter.
Come on.
Imagine.
Come
At
on.
that time, I was one of the chair on this Miss Motorado thing. And I was the one drafting letters to these people. And I went to the House of Representatives. 1 week in row, and I couldn't see anybody. Nobody can go to work. Just sit home. At times they go out of the country, you get a government job with either one. This is the
But you
money
don't pay a paycheck.
everybody want to go into politics. They are going there for their self gain. It's not for the Liberian people. They are not going there to do anything for the Liberian people. They just want to go there to enrich their family and themselves. That Falcon there, Falcon working the Ministry of Information. At the time, I'm reporting for information.
Okay.
He was there over the past time. As usual, I'm not going to go that side because that's his business. He really doesn't have good manner approach towards people.
Okay.
He's that kind of harsh and rude, right? So he had been there over the year working for George Manuel. You can't even tell anything about President Weah, he will hit you, bam, career, bam. As soon as you want to ask questions, he will shove it right behind your face.
You not see anything generate. You have to talk to
He's not going to get outside. What are the years Paco have been working on? The money that he got from there, I believe that he had been saving. Can he go ahead with that one and move forward life and say, oh yes, life is time by time. My time finish, maybe I will get another job, or maybe not in government. Let me do this one and do that one. We forget about it. When that other person have their job, I don't put me all enjoy it was part two. But he went to America and these people leave Liberia and go like America and be sitting there enjoying themselves and be causing problems. Like everybody on the internet, when they're writing about what you're doing, and each other on the internet, they're sitting in another man there enjoying themselves. And they are causing problems with political parties. It's not right.
It's not right at all. Like Samara saying,
It's
you
not.
can sit on your confirm because you call Liberia your confirm. On your confirm discussion, then you start sharing the elephant me while you know all of them government with my food. If you think say like brother elephant me that you can charge from and go, you joking. You have to contribute to the country before you charge anything for here. You have to be giving back to the Liberian people. Now your mom will make you who you are. You have to work with your hands to contribute to national development. Okay, I understand the fact that in Masabaka went to visit you people. But among everyone sitting there, but someone in talk,
Maybe he was the one selected, and they are actually doing it maybe to make the CDC from the CDC angle to maybe feel bad or feel that someone
so the
has
people
left and all of that.
political party they put care for they care for the Liberian people.
That's the thing.
Political party, let me tell you, once the president staff Fakuna and the Liberian people staff Fakuna, because we don't want elected president we are. Whatever power he had was given to him by the Liberian people. So if they tell Fakuna go sit down and rest, that means there is no confidence that we can put in Fakuna anymore.
So you should also speak to the fact that whatever it is that he did for which he was sacked, that can still be repeated. Even if he's on board, that can still be being repeated. Or he might even do worse than what he even did
Look
before
at
he
the
was sacked.
the president trusted Fakuna with information that out of press. Imagine. Now that small position they get him. But he was yet not the official spokesperson by the government. But he shined more than the ministers that were down there. He was even like the spokesperson by the whole government. Anything Fakuna would debunk, anything he would talk, anything he would go live.
Maybe that's the
So,
reason why he has
Is it because of power, because they took you from that position and why you coming back? Then you irrelevant because like when people want the tangible.
And the part about it is that he's not looking at his mistake. He's not looking at what he did, but he's looking at the point wherein he was sacked. So maybe he felt he did the right thing and he should
He
not
was
have been
because
sacked.
he causing
Yeah.
the right thing, then they sack him.
Mhm.
Forgetting to know that the crisis our own at that time, the coronavirus was an international thing. That was not something that was limited to only Liberia. Everyone was going through it. Everybody was confused. So the last time for you, just come and making reckless statements around the country. So I don't see, even if tomorrow we get back on this country, we will not rest in peace, we will not sleep. Every day he will be on the radio saying things that will not read 1 year.
Oh, okay.
So men and women in the country, some of them, when you take power from them, they become angry, they become desperate, they become frustrated. They start coming back to you from different angles. So I think Ambassador Baka should not take Fagun serious right now. He only going over to you because he wants to give relevant. He using you now to give relevant.
But too many people are really using to stop Baka too,
Yeah,
yeah.
but these are things that we can continue to say here on this platform. Now, all of these persons who are coming over to him, they are not coming over to him with a clear
And
conscience.
people who have been there with him from the
And
root, they are leaving now. These people, as soon as I want to say, like Bishop, the papa see all letting the papa know what he's supposed to do. Or he's
Maybe
not
somebody
supposed to
tell
do.
him, you know, just about that.
Yeah.
and I
But
see
that's
what
really
Cora did.
I told you that there's something audio that keep up, and then the papa said that. But what we are
The idea here is the man wants to win. So he's doing all he's even
Even
he's
down with
even
the
right
direction
in
is
hand.
there.
That's the thing. To
But
win.
also you should be
When he
very
wins,
careful.
then
As some of these people can even be on top places that they will come in for their party, and then they against, come and collect all your
All of
data,
the
all your
strategies
information, all your strategy
and
in your
send them
war room,
over.
yeah, everything. Then it's because I'm no politician. You'll
Of
be
course.
surprised that I'm going to be what you two
Your
are.
audios
Now
and
you use the
send them
election, then the
audios.
folk are going to be the Minister of
That's
Information.
because someone might have been sending information from
And I
your
show
camp.
nobody else to do
I
it.
don't know if politics is the only thing that can make you relevant or it's the
No.
only thing that can give you money. Because the way Liberians are seeing politics, they are going into it for money making. They even going there to pop out our decision, the citizens, what they want. They are not even going there to do that job. Some of them, they just going there to just get their money. They care. More end, they will get a salary all the time. They should be able to get the transportation, their vehicles, the people may be passing around. How they care for?
And another thing again, my friend, when he get like most of the politicians get Liberians at heart. They're not thinking about you and our well. One of the mistakes our politicians keep making are every day on the radio. I tell us what you will do for Liberia if you are elected. Stop selling all our political party. Every day you attacking CDC, you attacking United Party, you attacking CDC, you attacking United Party, you attacking
Because they
police.
have nothing to say.
You just happen to build a popularity.
Nothing to say.
You just happen to develop them. You just have to let the public know about them. Because the more you mention them from matter, the more they become
You
relevant.
listen to
And you-
speech the other day, he said he was addressing the nation before 26. One of the commenters they wrote, they said, are you the president who addressed the nation for 26?
And the question from Samura asked about, do you have to be
A politician.
I tell you,
Are you relevant?
please bring no. How I managed to do that? Only just therefore yesterday Friday I discovered that. Ask me what is the secret. How I managed to know you have to be a politician before you be relevant in the country. For Baka Sharif,
Exactly.
Baka Sharif.
An individual who is about to own a petroleum company.
Of course.
We just thought about him.
I just said I read that paper looking at how the men working with LPRC to impact the petroleum industry in Liberia. They were able to accumulate that huge amount of loan.
Yes.
I think 22 million.
Yes.
Right?
And he's not saying he will be
Government.
represented.
He focused on the private sectors,
Oh, yeah.
developing, creating
Creating jobs for people.
avenues for Liberia. He has to be a representative of God's sake before you do that. You know how many families will feed on that table?
Of course.
Okay, Fagun, you step in that position all that time. Why you couldn't come back like God start your lay company, start giving back like you employ people. Look at my CEO step. So how many people working on the men?
But
you, Fagun, all the
He's setting in America.
America, you go to
Setting. Yeah, another person
Yeah, only knows how to come on live to show jobs.
To show jobs.
Say things.
So the job to me come like to you. No one put talking, they say, oh, you hear the person, you hear that person. Excuse me. Politics, there are a lot of clean people in the country. We should change that mentality that politicians are corrupt, politicians are corrupt. You choose to be corrupt.
Okay.
Politicians choose to be corrupt. You can be clean as some other age, you can be clean as places or
How will
if you
they
want to
be
be.
clean? When they are going down with the mindset that we're making that country money.
And you won't compromise, you don't want to compromise.
Of course.
That's it.
Okay, so let's take our next talking point, and we just have before comes in.
I think I'm not talking something about comments. I think we can get a link down with Martin Collie.
Okay.
I posted it in the chat room. I know she get the audio here about comments. Okay, but I think you follow that, so I think you can come and elaborate on it a little bit, and we can pick up on it. The ANC, and I want to tell something, yeah, ANC people. So when I reach your president here, your followers, and I know people around here. So when y'all get when y'all reach the president, y'all be denying everybody y'all will win, and the party that they will win, they will win for them.
The party
The
game.
party game.
ANC.
The party game, you know. You even get that here, your colleagues use to work with people that know you when they call you, you say, I don't know you from nowhere. In fact, I've never heard you about you before, I don't know you. So when you get there tomorrow, everybody that work with you will deny them. Like, brother, now your power find your be serious for money in the country. If I want people to support you, can you imagine? No matter one of them stay here, I mean, one of the CPP, I don't know who, the car always get a happy meeting there. If even that day you pass in because of face copy, you won't be in your face to straighten your car to get on the road. You will change. Tell you don't enter there. Don't enter my face. To the extent that when she passing in the community, we speak. My problem. But she open for coffee, you open your face. All the things around them will be. When you go talk, she'll be police. Very aggressive. She'll be police and will arrest you. They will not even get in power, really are very, very rude. I don't know why some people are aggressive that they in the country.
The whole country angry.
For instance, my own
Yeah,
neighbor.
but one thing we should also take into consideration is the fact that every one of us were brought up
Different way, of course.
yeah, and so the form of manner in which you were brought up, that's exactly what you will show out there.
Yeah.
Except wherein you choose to maybe one day along the way change from that.
Of course.
But the way you were brought up,
Then
that's how.
you can get your party image to a political party you represent. Because maybe if somebody near you trying to say, okay, I think the lady from that party because the way she live, I would like to act around with her and work with her, maybe see and make sure that I vote for whoever she's supporting. But then your character towards the people in your environment, you can't even get 5 votes from your community. You can't even get 5 votes from your community. You're not even friendly. You can't even share. You can't even reach out to people. You don't even know who living next to you. You don't know the next door neighbor.
And another thing from Joseph Walker's visit to the United States that I understand is that there was a formulation of a team. Yeah, there was a formulation of a team in the United States to recruit competent, skilled, and professional Liberians to serve in sensitive positions of government after maybe when he gets elected. Can you imagine?
Oh, the public that coming. I bring people that see
Can
what
you
that.
imagine that?
My list is like the one she say west side of it.
So that means my people are sorry, you're coming to talk to me on Facebook, you have problem. But I will say it raw as it is. So that means when Joseph Baka officially wins, if only you will win the election. So that when America, the diaspora from America,
Most of those who will form part of it is government.
But then
America.
who will come from
But
America.
then- but
They
then-
has his team there already.
but
So you really starting what the government America, why you
So
go
just
to-
know that UJ Bako they coming because
but then the thing is, but then people who down here, people who are down here, hoping that if they off the job,
I will be
get
so-
position. But then they can start asking themselves, so you'll not be this here.
I small flower.
not really.
Now real first class right.
So we can play for me, or you play for her.
I don't know if we get the audio from Komis.
Yeah, I have AP, I have a part of it.
Yeah, play, yeah. That was person about Komis. But it was the one about go down.
You're for everybody.
But when I had to leave that grace and they go there, all
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, the man, is that the audio?
yeah.
The man maybe he wants to follow his former boss.
Liberia is 176 years old. Our country is too old and experienced to live where we are today. We are 180 years older than Singapore, 101 years older than the state of Israel, and 110 years older than the Republic of Ghana. Our country inspired its countries and assisted others to become independent. Yet, as we started our age, we are ranked amongst the poorest and most corrupt nations on earth. Although we are blessed with so much natural wealth, yet we are so aggravated. Too many of our people live in unacceptable conditions of poverty and are continuing to die from medical and treatable illnesses. Liberia is blessed with fertile soil and good weather, yet we cannot feed ourselves. The educational system is a shameful mess. The healthcare system is in disgrace, and the justice system is a joke. We cannot even trust the government to fairly investigate and impartially interpret.
Okay, so
Okay.
you know, we continue to say these people they are not ready. And like the other day, I sat on the platform
I
here,
think
and
Passports are possessed by international criminals, laws,
let me just
and economic stability.
okay.
We cannot even trust the government to fairly investigate and impartially interpret
Okay, just 1 minute.
our laws. Another President Weah, our country has become increasingly lawless. Lawlessness is a serious threat to democracy and a risk to any nation's stability and security. Our peace is shaky. Too many Liberians are living in fear. Too many are jobless. And too many are without
No, stop that
employment.
audio. Yeah, no.
He said too many things,
like I said, what I was saying, they think about the age of Liberia is not what we should be focusing on. Because more people, whenever they go to talk, they will say the country is very old and all of that. And I said, this country has been in existence since creation. In the beginning, God created. This country has been here. What are we who have been placed
That's how it says
here?
here.
What have
So
we
I have this
been doing?
interesting one here. Let me just play.
This vision, some political leaders are deepening the wounds of our fractured nation and lowering our politics into an appeal to tribal and religious divisions. Liberians of every tribe and religion are suffering the mismanagement of our country and a result of a corrupt leadership. Now,
So that was it. This one I have too many interesting things, but
Let's just forget about it.
We
Go
will-
come to PR for him. Hey, second pay for Ethan.
we will call it there. But he said that Liberians are suffering. All right, I will agree that Liberians are suffering, Kumi said. But then, what are you doing to help the suffering Liberians?
Okay, there's something I want us to link here this morning. I don't know how you look like.
Mm,
I would like to travel back in time to Costa press conference.
mm,
Costa went on and told Liberian people that Ambassador Baka going to negotiate with Kitty Martin ahead of this election. Ambassador Baka didn't say anything about that. They feel there, Costa Labor he knew ticket. He didn't say nothing about that. Only for him to move when you go America, set up a delegate. So I want to ask question now. We don't incorporate that with Bonina in Ladua. Now, for matter will play there, we.
Oh,
I'm gonna vote. To be frank, I'm gonna say that I vote you, president. Then you go take all your why would qualified Liberians that are in this country and they're not competent to serve governmental position and you have to go America to set up your government.
Maybe they don't have money to give to Baka now.
But I said here this morning that he's rallying money, looking for a way
Exactly.
to get money
I say
because he knows he force that have money that could support him. They have one way or the other backed up.
let him.
So what do you think the woman would do?
And
Will follow for people
that
who
kind
ever
of
support
election
him.
not coming. Coming, one or two, I can talk about it plenty because when the war fighting in the country, you were sleeping. You're aware that I need coconut, coconut for all the tree. I know that I need one will do the coconut. Or I really want to say, so I forget about that one. Because the fact here is, you people are greedy. I will tell you, Kumi is very well greedy. If you are not greedy, they see people who have stayed and today will not have to be showing the opposition camp like we have. So don't talk about like great people problem. Don't talk about our poverty. Don't talk about our bad roads. Don't talk about our bad education system.
Corrupt government.
Our corrupt government. Now, any like people that want to elect the corrupt government. What we want you to talk about, Alexander Kumi, tell us what you will do for the Liberia if you are elected president. You feel you good, you honest, you correct. Why you couldn't start now? Why you couldn't work with Ambassador Baka to form one opposition to come to this particular election and defeat President George
If you
Mandela?
knew that this government was very corrupt,
Why you people couldn't build
Of
a common
course.
opposition? You can't hold it. Common opposition, you can't hold it. Common opposition, you can't hold it. Then what thing you will hold in the country, my people? You talking about corruption? You talking about like drug order in Asia? You talking about this? Now who business? When Joshua came into power? That they are seeing ancestors and were leading the country before today you get Joshua as president. So all the time you were saying Coca-Cola, you couldn't come out of that brother give back anyway. All the education you have, how are you help to develop the young minds? At least you doing this small thing with that Cummins Foundation turns out to you. But besides that, what else? Opposition holds together, you say no. You're divided going to election. Then when you come rock campaign, your pre-campaign statement there, I know you're addressing the nation as a president, I know you're addressing it as a political leader, I know as a like we already know. You are state of the nation, what you gave before independent, I know which one I know that you didn't win the president, I know. But I want to ask you one question before I go to Samira. Kumis, why you did not come now with Joseph Baka for you to go ask one? Because you pride and selfish. You're not putting the interest of Liberian people first. Like your own interest, your own agenda, you're pushing your country there from other says. Politicians don't love this country. Only what you can get from the country that what you want. You're not looking at the well-being of Liberia. You ain't putting our interest first. So when you come run campaign, you tell the Liberian people what thing you will do for them and start attacking our age-old problems, the mistakes our ancestors made, the past president and the development is supposed to carry on and carry on. So we already know these things exist. What is the remedy you bring to the table that I want to know?
So that's the thing this morning. Like we said, and we will continue to say, and some other persons following us will know from which perspective we are speaking from. That these people are not coming with any good intentions for Liberia and Liberians. And that's the reason why we continue to ask the question as it relates to when Liberia will be developed. How old is Liberia? We always relate to the age of Liberia and all of that. Or getting to know that it is we ourselves who can make the change and all of the difference that we seek just by taking just simple steps. These are ways in which these things can be done. But yet and still, we are always on the fence and criticizing others who are trying in a weak way they can to see to it that things get done in Liberia. But if Liberia will ever get there, like I always said, it requires collective efforts. Bring your idea, I bring mine, other persons come to the table, and we fast track ideas, plans, and ways in which we can go about it and stop complaining. Complaining.
You even get there, you not start negotiating with the mountain. All about the I don't know what you want, right?
So there are several negotiations going on.
Yeah, what
Several
battle?
negotiations. All of the time, before these people can come out to say they want to be something, they might have gone through some
So
arrangement with
negotiation.
somebody. So it's not for nothing.
They are selling abroad.
Some of them, the money they are even using or they are about to use for
Like
this
credit.
they are taking that from some
I
person
look
that
for
when they win,
credit.
when they win, this is what the person will get at the end of the day.
Tell them like your
So
pastor.
that's how it is.
You better go for representative for and stuff on there.
So let's take a few calls and then we go get ready for our guests for the last section.
Okay.
So 077090790708880907907 are the numbers to call to participate on the show this morning. 077090790708880907907 are the numbers to call to participate this morning. Let's have this first person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, my name is Baba William.
Okay.
And I for my district 13 resident inside population.
Welcome.
Let me say thanks to you all for your analysis this morning. You see, the issue of the old men going to America, I see people that may get a job. The city we call not near my early that she was taking people from America to the diaspora and visit everything Liberia on the ground. To work in your government. And today, it's the same thing that the government is trying to bring back. So what is happening to those who are on their team that say they want to remove President Weah, that when he wins, what will happen to them? Will they be sitting on the fence? Will they be sitting on the fence and see the American coming to work in their government? Will they be sitting on the fence?
That's the thing.
Then your and you see myself, you're gonna go down there for them. If you ask Joe Baka today, even when I get people want to go, anywhere want to go, you hear them saying the only thing they want to do is to make President we have one third government. That's their platform. So making President we have one third government. Will that be the one that will be wrong?
Question.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have another person. Good morning. Good morning. You are live. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Good morning to your studio, and let me say good morning to the people of Liberia. I'm Robert today from the local town Bourgeois Island, and speaking Joe Pacifico.
Okay.
There's something really I just laughing about where you people are painting your armor on the opposition morning. To say, ever in the history of Liberia, you have gone to election and you see the opposition community united. To a political party went to Banga 2011, 2016. And they came back to Monrovia with 3. The 3 are today in power. The rest, all of them were there, and everybody was picking out. This is the truth. And it was left with the Liberian people to decide to win. And today, Joshua is in power. So, listening this morning and you thinking your anger on the opposition, and the other benefit communities when they not work with Barcelona. We are one packet in that way with communities, while all of that work together. It is possible opposition to win.
Okay.
Because everyone gets a spirit of struggle.
Okay.
And everyone wants to see themselves taking the higher seat. So it is upon that. It is not with the Liberian people.
Okay, let's have this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Corey, and I call from the 72nd.
Go ahead.
Okay, with respect to the Baka issue, we shouldn't get mixed. Baka went there for the team that when he wins, it's going to be a mix. It's not going to be all that spread. No. It's going to be a mixed piece.
All right.
here in the Lagos from out there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be working with you for work.
Okay.
Okay.
Even those that are working with they too are going to be supporting out there. So you think that it and we are listening. Everybody from here, you see everybody from here, you go there, they are now all for everybody for them. And they say we're going to go out together to
Okay.
move the
Thank you.
country forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah, congratulations, Mark. What we need a committed leader. A leader that will fight to put the country. And so, by the grace of God, we know that we are already destined for that leader. We don't want this leader. This leader in power now. And because we don't matter what you're saying, Waka will win.
Okay.
By the grace of God, Waka will no matter what you're saying, we know you are a really passionate station. No matter what you're saying, Waka will win. By the grace of God. We are depending on God and God will do it for us through the grace of God.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
You are live.
Yeah, my name is Jared. Call for Central.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you saying that why is the opposition did not win, why the person did not leave for the opposition. So if you're in a marriage and the marriage is not working, you get people in the name of your marriage. Is that what you do?
My sister, make your point. Don't attack anybody here.
Like, bro, it's not for me to answer. Like, bro, it's not for me to answer.
I said, like, you're not politician farm, my dear.
Like, bro, you're not even a far.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you ever so much. When you call, you just go to the point. We are not forcing and fighting here, people. Please. 07709079070 08809079070. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my sister?
You are live.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. First of all, I would like to apologize for a lady who just called just like and said something that is very bad for you people. My name is and I'm coming from a usual residency district. But I have the contrary views of what people just said, Mr. Walker Tower, and what are you now? No one will confirm Mr. Walker Tower to the next president we are. Something that is far away from me. It is very different.
No, then you are getting us wrong. We are not comparing his travel to that of George. We are travel here. That's not what we were discussing.
Okay. So if it is not so, I'm sorry for this one. This one free. But I would like to say this, right? Mr. Walker going out there. It is true that he went out there, but it meant 2 weeks. And I don't believe that they have the past 2 weeks. And I would say this to you, going there now, the man is going there to connect with other people that are out there.
Okay.
You know, they're not just being known by the people alone. But I would like to say this is a Walker is president tomorrow, and you have to do what Mr. Mr. We are doing. But I'm going out of the country for 48 days without bringing anything back in. I think my brother and my sisters. And you can come to me that tomorrow, this day, you're assuming my for more like the president of Mr. Vice President, you have to be here the two president where you will cheer me for here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's have this next person. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we lost that person. We lost that person. 07709079070 08809079070 are the numbers. Let's have this person. Good morning. Good morning, you are live.
Yeah, I'm confused. My idea is that we always tell people, when it comes to Joseph Baka is the head of the fund.
Okay.
We have made our mind. We have decided to make Joseph Baka president. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. At this point, we will take just 2 more calls, and then we get prepared for our next. Good morning. Oh, we lost that person. 07709079070 Okay, let's go on to some of the messages we have here this morning. Let's go on to some of the messages we have here this morning. Ruben Cannon says, I'm following you from Gardnersville, Stephen Tower Estate Junction as chairman of the Pro Defender. Okay, thank you. Ebe Hamo says, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I am following live from Kakata, and with 71 days to election in the midst of all, country first, peace last, and peace forever. And Papi Keita says, good morning, Liberia Voice. CDC Papi Sose Keita from Tupoto. Okay, thank you. Thank you for following. And Mohammed Sharif said, Sharif, okay, Sharif, thank you for following. And the incoming Reverend Pink Clark says, blessings, daughter. Thank you. And James Samuel, good day. Flomo says, your morning, oh. Morning, James. And Prince Tia says, good morning, family. Morning, morning. And we have Chokon Flama. He says, thanks, guys. Thank you ever so much, Chokon. And Philip Bala. Mhm. Felix Bala says that fake news because nobody from here is going to work in GMP government if he wins. Wow. And Augustine uh, Jola says, good morning. One of the biggest FM radio. I am following from Cardwell, New Georgia, Faith Adland community. Thank you ever so much for following. Invite someone to follow as well. And Ait P says, good morning, voice of Zion. Okay, thank you. That one for me. So we just leave it right there.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, I'm joining you from Benjamin County.
Mhm.
After Google.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be grateful to you, POA students.
Mm.
You are make my day.
Okay.
You know, in Liberia, we in Liberia don't allow more people to say the truth.
Mm.
They say the truth, people in Tagi. Just as they did it on the land.
Okay.
So I want to forget people.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have let's have let's have this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Good morning. And this is Daniel Opeg Singh. And I call you this morning from Johnsonville.
Okay.
Let me say thank you to both of you for the topic on discussion. And thank you for your level of maturity you continue to exhibit through the shows.
Okay.
Even though they are opposing view, you don't cut them out to allow them to give them. Unless other radio station, you are not even allowed to talk against either the opposition or any other party. And then they will cut you off. But you people are exhibiting that this morning. And I must say thank you to you again.
Okay.
And so the topic of the discussion, I think like you people were saying, there is a campaign period. What we hope to hear is that what you will do for us as a candidate, what you will do for the Liberian people, how you will do it. That's what we want to hear.
Okay.
We don't want to hear whether the person when it was small, they used to see what the fire red or the fire red. We don't want to hear that.
Okay.
We want to see tangible. We want to hear things that you do for us. We don't want for people to be attacking one another. Say, oh, I will do the other one to the other person. We want the issue. We want an issue-driven election.
Okay.
Not just hear, say, they say, and just come and malign your friend character and then think that you can get the power without. Thank you this morning.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. That's the last call for the first portion of the program this morning. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will take a break this morning. When we come back, we will be ushering in our guest. We will be ushering in our guest on the last and final portion of the show this morning. And so we've been here this morning, and sorry we didn't give the time to Samira to introduce herself. So Samira, just leave it right now. No, let her talk. Let her talk. Samira, let.
Okay, so though it's late, because when I came in, the discussion was going to be, he said, oh, I just had to join it. But I'm Samira Wula. And everybody at the station here says that I like my name. If you check out my name more than 20 times on the radio. So again, I'm Liberia-VOL
Yeah,
election.
she started already, so I took go.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
Mm.
Into IT with experience.
Okay. Director of Press at the Honorable House of Representatives, and we will be looking at with him here this morning. The House is impact, challenges, and attempts to clarify some of the doubts in the minds of many of us Liberians about the working of the House this morning. So if you are out there, we ask that you follow us at here this morning to elaborate on some of maybe what you want to hear or some of what you have doubts of, where we will give you time to call in and say more. So, sir, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for us to be here.
Okay.
All right, so can you please tell us how the House of Representatives, by the way, How's everything going?
Well, the Honorable House of Representatives is the Speaker, and the members of the Honorable House of Representatives. We all keep well, making sure that the work of the Liberian people that they were elected to do, they were doing. So we're doing also passing key legislations in the interest of Nigeria.
Okay. Have you received any information about the president requesting the legislature to return?
By the way, we have and so in some amendment being done, the act affecting the closure of the legislature is that we have three breaks.
Mm.
So our first break is done in the third Friday in March, and we return in May, and then we close again in July, which is for the second quarter, and in October. So we should be closing. We should have closed on the 21st of July for our second quarter of the sixth session. But then we had to extend another week, which elapsed on the 28th of July, on Friday. So we now have just extended again by another week. Reasons why is that we have key legislations to look at. When we close, we're not going to return after the elections. So that will be for the third quarter of the sixth session. So like I said, the three breaks we have yearly. We close the first one in March, open in May, close in July, and open in October. So we'll be opening in October. When we close, we'll open the 13th of October. Elections are over because the
But
elections are coming next. It's not 10th of October, right?
October, yes, yes, that's true. But do this leaves administration saw that lawmakers they were taking breaks just one, I think, once a year. But then
After 2 year reason.
how did we get to the point where the lawmakers will be going on almost 3 months?
So, like I said, everything that works in the legislature is their procedure. And so we closed obviously for our first quarter break, and I said in March. So some people don't want to say the quarter break. So we don't have a quarter break. When we close constituent break, people go to their constituents and meet with their constituents, talk and interact because you are elected by your people. And part of the work is not just at the capital. You have to be able to return, interact, have town hall meetings, and those elections. That's the reason why when we close, we gave statistical report on the number of bills that were introduced, the number of bills that got passed, the number of bills that left in committee room. Some of those bills that left in committee room, when you go on your break and meeting with your people, your town hall meeting, you're going to be having, you talk about some of the bills that are committee room, what sort of decision you want your people, you want people, to suggest to you that you take when you go back. For instance, what about the issue about the divorce citizenship bill, right?
Mm.
That link of what time in the legislature, we know that have been passed, have been signed for the president. So when you go, those things were in committee room. So go back to your people. My people are saying, okay, pass also bill, also bill in committee room. So who should decide want us to take? Because the people who elected you, you going to represent your dream and aspiration. Whatever side is that's how you're going to support. So doing the debate, you're going to take that side, vote out of favor or not.
Okay, thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to have you this in your studio. Looking at the workings of the legislators, have a lot of candidates vying to go to the House recently. They are promising people that they're going to be roles, they will do this, they will do that. But in the purview of their function at that house to build roads, to build schools, to build toilet. And secondly, I would like you to comment on the real budget that presented us.
Thank you. Beautiful questions. So, the lawmaking house, I like to be more simple. The lawmaking house, we have three cardinal responsibilities to make law, you have oversight and representation. So your work is not to be toilet, Your work is not to build roads, your work is not to build hospitals, and so forth like that. But you have oversight over the executive branch of the government. Mind you, we have three distinct branches of the government, and the legislature being the first, the executive will pass laws, the executive is there to enforce it, the judiciary is there to be able to interpret the laws that we pass. So it is not the work of the lawmaker to build. All right. However, you have the oversight and you represent your people. So fair enough in terms of leadership when you live in a kind of community and the players it seems certain will be probably role each other. You're able to lot you to interact with others to see nothing just change in your community or within that vicinity in which you live or your people live. So it's not your work to go, it's not your work to be able to use who or toilet and so forth like that. Now on the issue about the budget you mentioned about. So the recast budget was submitted. We first of all we now run a calendar year budget. Before Liberia was running fiscal budget. We have fiscal year. So that is for us to quit with the ECOWAS countries to have our budget be a calendar year budget. We had to be able to amend the public financial management law of Liberia. So that now carry on that our budget now takes effect, it takes effect from the first date of January to the 31st of December. Before, we used to have it at the 30th of June to July of the next year.
Okay.
So now it has changed. So we have amended the public financial management law. Now setting us to have a calendar year budget.
Mhm.
So the recast budget was submitted to the House of Representatives because, in keeping with the Constitution of Liberia, Article 34DR is clear and says that all revenue bills, financial bills, should emanate from the House. And so the President, the Executive, submitted the recast budget. It was being discussed. Of course, yes, there are scrutiny now will be done with the issue of the budget for allotment and so forth like that. And then it got passed from the House of Representatives and sent over to the Senate. And the Senate also acted on the document.
That's a good one. Before I tap over to Famata, I would like to ask you pertaining the recent drugs law. Looking at our country, and there are a lot of young people affected when it comes to the usage of drugs. And we refer to them as disenchanted youth. Now that the president has passed this, what will be the enforcement? I know it's not within your workings, but what is the stance right now when it comes to the House of
Well,
Legislature?
first and foremost, media practitioners, you guys should be here in the legislature for acting on this document.
Bravo for that.
And so this is something that took a long time in the legislature. And
Yeah.
so thanks to Representative Thomas Alexander Goswat of Grand Pass Audition number 5, he wrote a discharge petition for the bill to come from committee room to come back on the floor. So in 2019, that was the time that bill emanated. And so it took a couple of times. It was in committee room in 2021. It was discharged from committee room, and then it was being acted upon. It was being discussed and passed from the House and sent over to the Senate. But then there were some sticky issues relative to who are those to be bailable and not to be bailable, because the issue of drugs is nothing small. And so it took a long time for the legislators to look into it, debating issues, because mind you, laws are not made for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 days. They are made for, I mean, like for forever, right? But sometimes they do amendment to them because they change of time every time, right? So what was the sticking point in that drugs law was those who are bringing in drugs, those who are traffickers, those who are dealers, if they are caught, what should be done? Should they be bailed? Should they be bailed? Or should we just see it in the point like say the regular going to court stuff? So that took a number of time in having a discussion. So then what was being passed on is that those who are traffickers, those who are importers, those who are dealers, if they are caught, those who are manufacturers, because in mind you, they have people who have marijuana farm.
Yeah.
So those people, when they are caught, you go straight to jail.
No.
That is not bailable
Yeah.
for you. You go straight to jail. And you will be in jail while they're processing you to go to court. Right. It's the same with the issue with the rape law, right?
Yeah.
So it's non-bailable for that. Then those who are end users, like people you just brand it as disadvantaged youth,
Yes.
so goes and stuff like that. So those people, If they are caught with the quantity of drugs, the amount,
Okay.
if it is $2 million drugs they are caught with, I'm just saying something, and for them to be billed, they can be billed.
Okay.
For them to be billed, they will pay twice
Mm.
of twice of what was being
They've
caught to
been
them.
caught with.
Yeah, twice of it, and it is somebody who is a reputable person in the society who
Stand for you.
will stand for you. That meaning that when the court is ready for you, they have to turn you over.
Okay.
That's how it is. Also, too, that law also seeks to look at people who are not Liberians.
Mhm.
When you're bringing drugs in Liberia and you're caught in that process, after serving your jail sentence, they deport you.
Okay.
The law also provides that to come to public service, when the president or you can be elected or so forth, you have to be able to do your drug test.
Okay.
It's intimated in the law.
Mm.
So it's a very good piece of document.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so thank you for your deliberation on the issue of the drug law that was being passed and all of that. Um, I want us to look at where you work a little bit, even though that's what we are discussing. But the point I want to come from has to do with the issue of audit, because I believe some of your members have been calling for audit as it relates to issues that are hanging, accountability issues that are hanging over the legislature. When would that take effect?
What do you mean?
What I'm trying to say is that the issue of accountability is something that has been some of your members have been calling for the legislature to be audited. So I'm asking you, when do you think that can be done?
Well, thank you. Beautiful
Will
question.
it be done?
Beautiful question. Let me say to you,
Mhm.
in Liberia, from its start to where we are,
Mhm.
it is this 54th legislature
Mm.
that have taken a decision for us to have uh, people being prosecuted for
Okay.
corruption and so forth like that.
Mm.
Because long time in our country, we have theoretically fought corruption and not been practical. It is this 54th legislature under the stewardship of Speaker Buffer Chambers
Mm.
that said, look, it's fair enough. Let's be able to get the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, prosecutorial power. Because mind you then, what we were doing was just branding corruption, public enemy number one, a vampire to society. Because you see, the thing is, when the GAC does audit,
Mhm.
when the GAC does audit, they send that to the LACC. The LACC now will able to, LACC will call you to be able to investigate you and so forth like that.
Mm.
And the old law, then you have to take about 90 days,
Okay.
and then they send you to the Ministry of Justice
Mm.
before they do anything about indictment. So those were bureaucracy.
Okay.
But it is this legislature that said, look, what we can do is to give the LACC prosecutorial power
Okay.
that they be able to investigate people and prosecute them, whoever is being caught
Mm.
in the web of corruption. So I can say that if we talk about the legislature, particularly this 54th legislature, have said we have to be practical about it. So when you mention about accountability issue, yes. So those issues are very very important.
Mhm.
But there are steps being taken so far to make sure that they come to fruition, and that's why I can say that about the legislature giving the LSCC prosecutorial power. Anybody can be caught in the web.
Mhm.
Anybody can be caught, and they're going to be prosecuted, and that's what this legislature have done. Because
Okay.
now the LSCC does have two divisions.
Mm.
One for prosecution, one for investigation, one for prosecution. So it's no more where they're going to be having a delay in terms of before they turn you over to Ministry of Justice and all that kind of stuff. So now when the GSC does audit and probably your name is caught in the web,
Mhm.
and you go to LACC, they carry on they send you to the division investigate you. If you caught, you'll be prosecuted by the very LACC.
Okay.
So it is
So
this legislature that have
Mhm.
done that.
Okay. So are there challenges? Are there challenges at the legislature? And if so, how have few people managed to resolve some of those challenges?
There are challenges all over. In a very radio station, there's challenge here.
Mhm.
Right. So, but they are leaders. And
Okay.
so working to make sure that things are resolved,
Mhm.
there are always challenges. All right. So making sure one of the challenges I think is to have people understand the workings of the legislature. And I even see some media practitioners. My work is to accredit media institution to
Mhm.
provide coverage.
Okay.
And so But yet, there are people who still haven't really understood the working of the legislature. And that's why we created our radio program on state radio ELBC every Thursday at 5 to 6 o'clock so that people get to understand. Imagine like the question Grace asked, which is a salient question about uh, people wanting to come to the legislature talking about they will build roads and stuff. No, when our people are informed about how the legislature works, you still have some people in this country calling the House of Representatives lower house, calling the Senate upper house. No, those are, it don't exist anywhere.
Oh, okay.
The House of Representatives represent the people of Liberia directly. The Senate represents the territorial land space of the country.
Mm.
So no matter how big or small a county is, you always get two senators.
Okay.
But for representatives, it's based on the population.
Yeah.
That's the reason why when the both houses meet, you have the presiding officer. The Constitution of Liberia provides that the presiding officer shall come from the House of Representatives. So all these things sometimes people don't understand it. But it's our work to make sure that people get to understand these things. Those are some of the challenges along the way. So we have the population to understand how the legislature work, how the legislature function, and all the kind of stuff like that.
All right,
Okay.
so thank you so much. But can you bring us up to speed about the ECOWAS Parliament delocalized joint committee meeting that was concluded in Monrovia recently? How impactful was it for Liberia?
Very impactful. By the way, thanks to Senator Edwin Melvin Snow, who is the head of the Liberian delegation to ECOWAS, Senator Edwin Snow, Senator Steve Zago, Representative Clarence Massacre, Representative Haja Fatah Sana, the longest serving female lawmaker in Liberia. How many people know about that? She was elected since 2005. She's still in the House. So she's also on the committee. Senator Steve Zago, Senator Jonathan Kape, they are our members representing Liberia at the ECOWAS Parliament. So we had a very important delocalized meeting. The impact of it is that we are going to elections. And so talking about peace, the issue of peace, the involvement of everybody, inclusivity, they'll talk about the involvement of everybody, tolerance, giving your friend a chance to speak, you listen, and to make sure that things work basically within our region because ECOWAS. So it was a very fruitful meeting. We had people coming as far as from Niger. Mind you, there was a situation that took place in Niger, and so the government of Liberia also promised to take care of the gentleman that came from Niger who was here because there was some situation in his country. So for but it was a very good meeting with those people discussing the issue about peace ahead of elections. We're counting just 72 days to Liberia elections.
Okay. I like the way you put it, 72 days to the election. But let's dive away a little bit to the fact that there are a lot of concessions in Liberia right now. And I want us to talk about the Firestone concession. And there are a lot of times that the houses visit the Firestone concession, all the workings compete with Liberia. How far are we on the good living conditions of our people from the various companies?
Well, so what the host normally do is that the last time we were in Grand Cape One County, Beer Mountain,
Beer Mountain, yeah.
right? And so to make sure that what is intimated in their Mineral Development Agreement (MDA), what are they living up to it?
Yeah.
And so that is to make sure that you have a hospital, or you make sure that you have good living condition for our people that work along with you. And some of the Mineral Development Agreement carries that Liberians should be in higher position, in managerial position, so
Yeah.
forth like that. So we've been able to meet with them. We have summoned them on couple of time. They have come, and we are working to make sure that those things change. But on a larger scale, we have the workers union come to us along with the management, and there was discussions, and they have changed some course of time, and the Mineral Development Agreement will also be reviewed. There are going to be massive revision of Mineral Development Agreements, but this time is not it because we have uh, the process of elections, and people will go to election, so we can't change anything in the middle of the game.
Okay, I want us to talk about Honorable Chibas. How is your working relationship with him?
Very good, very good. And along the media people, let me say, you being a media person, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who is an ardent admirer of the Liberian media, uh, we have the legislative reporters. So the speaker through the leadership were able to give a very good office space to the legislative reporters. It's a satellite office, everything is in there, and he also provided scholarship, full scholarship for them, and they sought among themselves and found four persons to benefit from the speaker's scholarship. So, I mean, he had a very good working relationship with reporters, not only me being the spokesperson of the House of Representatives, but he's a very friendly person.
Okay, I really like that. Congratulations, because I remember our past time it was difficult going turning around. You don't have where to sit, stay and do your work. Talk up to the speaker for that. I'm really proud of what he's doing. But I want you to talk about the upcoming election. What is your message as a young Liberian about peace to people out there about this our time in our country that we have to think before we make decision, especially on this crossroad transitioning like from one government to another or staying with what we have. What can you tell the Liberian people about peace?
That's it. Peace.
I want you. Somebody listening will say, "Oh, just a peace." Maybe I want to stay from a political party. As what cost, even if it costs me to lay down my life to protest. If my political party wins, they cheat me. This and this and this and this. What can you say for me? How's this point of view? You being the official spokesperson, what can you say about peace?
Unfortunately, I'm not going to elections. And so, but I can say to our people that we have to be peaceful. We have one denominator, which is our country, Liberia. Elections come and go. The country remains. So let's be peaceful. Let's exercise tolerance. We may not be on the same side, but there's a place called Liberia. There's a country called Liberia. So let's be able to have tolerance. Let's give each other a chance. One day debating issue in as much that we disagree with each other, but we should not revert to
Of
violence.
course.
Again, I like to speak more to young people. We will have a lot of challenges. We may not support the same people, but when we in intellectual discussion, let's give each other a chance to lay on their thoughts. And if I sit somewhere, you say the House of Representatives is this, and I'll give you a chance when you learn, and I just fire you quite quick, But
Uh,
it's in a way where we should be able to respect each other's views, right? We have to
Okay.
be able to respect each other's views so that we don't revert to violence. Gone are the days that people say, you know, who am I? You might be not. So we have to be able to yeah, we have to be able to have tolerance, respect for each other. And these elections will come here and go. Liberia remains. And whoever wins election will respect our leaders.
Okay.
Right. And so that Liberia move forward. We have come a long way where we are as a nation, and we cannot revert to violence. And we're not going to any war yet. Nobody going to go back to war because we know what the war did to all of us. Uh, it made us retrogrades. It made some of us who most people now nowadays now you find 20-year-old kids who are having bachelor's degree.
of
Sure.
course.
Before then, you will find somebody 25 and still in maybe
Of
sixth
course.
grade or
Mm.
fifth grade and stuff like that. But so you see, we've transitioned.
Okay.
Now, this 18th of August
Mhm.
will make Liberia 20 years of uninterrupted peace since we signed the Accra Peace Agreement in Ghana.
Okay.
So we'll be celebrating our 20th year anniversary of peace since we signed that. So that's I like to speak to all of us to remain peaceful, going to elections, and and respect each other.
Okay. So tell us, as it relates to the status of the bill of the president seeking to legislate his free education policy and that of wide fee payment, how far is the legislator with this? So what can you say to that?
Well, that's a very good is something very sustainable because whoever becomes president, the one that is on law,
Mm.
whoever becomes president will be able to be able to do that. And
Mm.
so it's not where uh, you want to just do it like that. But the House of Representatives, thanks to Representative Thomas Falah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so he introduced that, and it was being worked on. It was being debated, and it passed from the House of Representatives. Is now at the Liberian Senate.
Okay. So when can we say this will finally be all done with?
When it gets on the Senate agenda and discussed, and decisions are taken, it's going to be passed and sent over to the office of the president. But I speak for the House, and so I just inform you that the House of Representatives has passed that, and it's sent over to the Liberian Senate.
Okay, so before we take our course, someone listening want to know more about Rapper Hands. Where he hailed from, how many children he had, if he's married. You know, some girls can be touching, even though. Yeah, so
Some
just
people-
tell it like when
Some
people
people
want
will be
to,
watching the live.
yeah, we'll be
they might
monitoring,
be,
you know,
okay.
for the public sake. Maybe somebody sending me message in my chat.
So-
So just tell the public who you are.
I'm an ugly guy.
But the people see you already, my man.
Yeah, so I'm rappers. I have spent a couple of years in the business of doing radio broadcast business. I'm a broadcast journalist by profession. I hold a bachelor degree in mass communication, and then a postgraduate degree in international relations from the Gabriel L. Dennis Foreign Service Institute. I am married to a fine woman. Her name is
What did you
Mercy.
say? I didn't get that.
My friend,
I'm
but
married-
she's
married to a
very
farm
good,
woman.
like,
Okay.
up to
Yes, and so I have two kids.
Okay.
One boy, one girl. I'm
Wonderful.
hoping to get
Wow.
more. Yes. So, but I work with I work for Kings FM for a number of years, and then I transitioned to Love FM. Later, I turned to LIB 24. Partly, your CEO and he used to be my co-host when we did a program on Freedom FM called Freedom Hub. So he used to be my co-host, Sifu Sharif. Things that he run the media house, and so it tells you that young people are making significant strides and making progress in the society. And so that's what happened.
Okay, Robert, I would like to be personal on this. Are you planning in the future of diving into politics?
I'm already in politics, by the way, I speak for the House of Representatives.
I know,
for
but I'm
73
talking about you
lawmakers.
contesting. Maybe you will have a desire
Not
in the
of
future.
yet.
Oh, okay. So now, who are you supporting when it comes to the upcoming election?
Who am I supporting? I'm supporting Liberia.
Okay, thank you very much.
So let me just say this as the question come to me about who I support. So as per my role being the spokesperson of the House of Representatives, we have representatives from different political parties. So and I speak for all of them. So I'm not necessarily going to tell you say
Okay, I
for-
understand. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, it's okay. Just for the public to understand who you are and where you stand right now. That's
So before we go to the phone line, I would like to take you back to the question Chris asked as it relates to this drug issue. We understand that the Ministry of Justice is clothed with the responsibility of enforcing that law. But I want to know what will you do or what will you be doing to ensure that citizens are well informed about the law?
Yeah, so one of it we're doing is where we are right now,
Okay.
and speaking about it. And so I will implore the media, if you, by the way, if you want to get a copy of the bill, I can be able to send that to your WhatsApp, the soft
Okay.
copy, so that all of us use it on the radio in the morning, and you're able to also be able to read part of it, or for people to get to know what it is and so forth like that. So for people to basically know about, see the one I just told you about, to come to public service,
have to be
it's
tested.
easy. You have to be a drug test.
Wow.
So now you see, if the president announces Robert Haynes as one minister somewhere,
You have
and
to
I'm
go
going
through
for
that
confirmation, I have to go for confirmation to the Senate, right? So I have to be able to carry that my test result now. If another major go and take it, they will tell me where to go and take it now. Then the people who the medical people now that say will bring the certificate. Good. The armed forces of Liberia, thanks to the chief of staff, the armed forces of Liberia, every member of the armed forces have to undergo test.
Okay.
Wow.
And those who are coming in the armed forces, those who coming to join all, you have to be able to do your drug test.
Which is good.
Now, so if we want to eradicate the issue of drug in our country, we should be very serious. We should be practical about it. And this is where we are, thanks to the legislature for taking on this decision. And the
So-
president also signed that into law. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is to put it into handbills.
So does that mean those persons we have vying for the various positions for the upcoming election?
Electoral
Will
office.
they go through the test for drugs before they go for the election?
Unfortunately, the law is not retroactive.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So uh, the reason I say so is that Elections Commission have already come up with
Yeah, yeah.
their timeline, their
Okay.
requirements, and so forth. And most people are already gone that far, and they've
Mhm.
been cleared and all by neck. And so probably the next one now,
Next election.
right?
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
that's
two
right.
is that people who will be appointed and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff, they're gonna fight for everybody, for the good of our country.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's
So I've
go.
been grilled here by three ladies.
Let's go over to the lines to have the public interaction. 0770907907, 0880907907 are the numbers to get you connected to speak to our guest in studio with us this morning. And please be saver in asking your question. 0770907907, 0880907907 are the numbers that get you connected on the show this morning. We are speaking with that's Robert Hens, Director of Press at the Honorable House of Representative, and you heard him talk about some things here as it relates to the drug law and some other things he talked about
So, what
on
they
this
call
platform. Yeah.
academy, let me also educate the public about how sometimes you hear about bills, you want to know about art, you want to know about law, and so forth like that. Sometimes you see, bill can emanate. So people do submit the bill. When you submit a bill, in keeping with the rules of the House, it goes through three readings. It goes
Okay.
through three readings,
Mm.
debated before decisions are taken in terms of voting for it to pass.
Okay.
So when you submit that bill
Mm.
and it's being read for the first time, you maybe, for instance, like we have most of these community colleges. Do you know it is the 54th legislature that
Mm.
acted to make sure that most of these community colleges have not transitioned to university?
Okay.
Wow.
So that yes, Grand Bassa Community College,
Mhm.
it was college, and then they had to repeal and amend the act that gave it a college status to make it to be university.
So,
Why is that important?
how
Is
they call the place PWR in Markibi? Has it been included as well?
yes, no, not BWR, Haber College
Okay.
representative uh, Alpha Kokolo Jones
Okay.
wrote and submitted a bill that the Haber College be given the status of a university. So
Okay.
like that now you'll be able to have to go to do a 4 year
Okay,
bachelor's
bachelor
program
program.
instead of
Mhm.
just the AA that they were offering. So you see how important is this?
Mm-hmm.
It make you now you don't want to just run to Monrovia
Sure.
and be in UMU, AMU, all the other U there. You will be in your county
Yes.
and
Mhm.
you have your bachelor's degree. Lofa Community College,
Okay.
now it got a university status that have been passed into law.
Okay.
Grand Juliet, same with Grand Juliet Community College is now a university. So people remain right in their county
Mhm.
and be able to get the degree and work.
That's good. Call us on 0770907907, 0880907907. This morning we are talking with the Director of Press from the House of Legislators, the Representative House. He's here telling us if you elect a lawmaker, what are their functions? Most of us think they are there to build roads,
Because they made these
schools,
promises to
and
us.
all of these things. So this morning you can call and ask all your questions you have. Ask your question. Don't be asking us when we hear this is the person you can ask all these sensitive questions, and he will answer you this morning.
So again, the number to call are 0770907907, 8809079007.
So Pamata, I want
I
to ask
think
him there's one question about
Go ahead. He's here.
Also,
He's here. He's here.
I have to put it in simple English.
Mhm.
See, my man finna help me with water.
Okay. So over the years, there have been a lot of things going on at that house when it comes to representatives that bring insults.
Go to them.
No, there are some representatives that can stay in there and really insult. Like,
For sure.
yeah. I'll give you example when I go Kuluwa from the district, I don't have to go far. So what are the laws on books when it comes to such a thing? Is there any law on books for people that insult verbally at that place?
Oh yes, the house operates with rules. It's a
Okay.
rule-based house, and so uh, if people when you go against the rules, you are penalized. I mean, you are taken care of in terms of what to say, stuff like that. But so when you're talking about, I need to understand what you're saying.
Like you stay on a stand and just that's not right.
But and I think the Liberian people need to hear this
Okay.
that in the legislature,
Mhm,
the chamber of the legislature
mhm,
is our pulpit. All right,
Okay.
like you have the pastors will
In
mhm,
the
stand
church.
on Sunday on the pulpit, right? So that place, as provided for in the Constitution, it is a place where when you speak, you cannot be held liable for, I mean, what you say in the kind of decision you take. It doesn't anyway suggest that you can really insult
Okay.
people like that. But however, that's how it is that when the person is in the chamber,
mhm.
in plenary is a higher decision making body in the legislature. So when people are in plenary and speaking, you can't hold them say, oh no, the person you hold them, you can't carry them court for what to mention.
Sure.
Okay.
But however, there are rules in the house, and so we don't support people reading insults. I'm hoping to hear one of them one day. But I show that Representative Yaka Koloba is a very good gentleman, and he's representing his people. District number 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we go to the live on Facebook to take few comments.
Mhm. Go ahead.
The first person here says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. Sis, I really miss you all from the church."
Where? Don't bring that here. Don't bring that
I'm
here.
not kidding.
Don't bring
I'm
that
not
here.
kidding.
But
This
that's
is
why
not no, but this is not about Famata right now.
oh,
Hmm?
that's
This
why the
is about
person
the
wasn't
guest we have
alive.
here.
So
Come
look,
on.
if
But
I'm saying grace part of it, you can be laughing. Now I'm saying
the
yours.
person let us start.
Exactly. So the second person says, "Good morning. Watching you from Pipeline Community. Great job." And then that's Steve Nankwe. And Papa Tuk says, "Good morning, VOL. I'm live from Cape Mount, Sinje Town." And Stephen Gavler,
That is
no,
very
it's
good.
the last one. The last
Mhm.
one is very bad. But this one says,
It's still bad.
I got a safe time.
Yeah.
okay,
So
all
it's
right, no
very bad.
problem.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you send me in your comments, please
So maybe
be
the people have just enjoyed the so
yeah,
nobody
and
calling.
yeah, and you know, when it comes to some certain guests here, people
Once they
just
elaborate well,
believe to sit and listen, like like you this morning. If there were different things with like politics or something, you
Mhm.
will sit and ringing the
just the
bell.
last time what you Congolo, yeah, you was
But
easy
because you are providing key information,
information.
they are quiet
Yeah,
and they're
everybody,
listening.
it's
And one
important
thing,
for us to
one,
know.
one thing I like about what he said, it has to do with making Liberians to understand that those of the politicians or those who are vying for positions that will go to these various areas and maybe openly tell people that if you elect me, I will do this. If you elect me, I will do this. These are things that we should not actually accept.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's not the
because
role of a
things that are not
lawmaker.
in their purview, they should not be able to tell us that they will do these things. And at the end
So
of the
my next
day,
I will start paying small bathroom, small toilet or say for and say, why you let me all in your room. I will put
I'll bring him from your community.
so my next I will put glass on your floor. Can you imagine?
yeah.
So these are the lies that the people tell our people, which
So
is very wrong.
apart from that, I believe there are other sensitive informations you have that you would like to want to give out to maybe as it relates to the house that we are discussing this morning that we did not
This is
ask
something
you
that we
about.
did not actually about.
Right, wonderful. I mentioned about the 54th legislature. This legislature will go down in history for key legislations, human sensitive legislations, and passed into law. Today, it's not about, we are not short of laws in our country. What
Okay.
we're short of is implementation.
Oh.
And so we, we pass human sensitive legislations. For instance, you heard about the dual citizenship bill, right?
Mhm.
That have been passed, and what it does for us is that you're going to see our brothers and sisters who are in the diaspora. They're going to come back. Do you know that in that law, that about 20, I think 20, uh, 2030 Sunday election, you will have people participate in the elections. People who in the US, people who in
Wow.
Europe, people who in Australia.
Yeah.
But you see, we
Thumbs
pass
up
these
for
pieces of
that.
legislations to make sure that we don't have a kind of divided stuff, because no matter where you live, being a Liberian, you always a Liberian. Once a Liberian, always Liberian.
Okay.
If we can seek citizenship of other countries, why not people do ours, do theirs to us?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so some Liberians believe that they pay for law because it's too much. So did the House harmonize its salary? How much is the minimum pay for a lawmaker?
Well, the House of Representatives did harmonize. Yes, did harmonize. The legislature in particular is $5,000. So one for
Okay.
one $5,000. One is taxes are taken away from there. You get something around 4,000.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So why?
I've been great about three ladies.
Mhm.
Okay, let me use
I
that
wouldn't have been
question.
great.
No, go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Grace, go ahead.
I enjoying it.
Go ahead, Grace.
A beautiful conversation.
Another question. What happened? Keep
No,
taking a deep breath.
You
What
know
going
that's a
on?
question you just don't ask it.
So,
Right, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Ask the
No,
question,
that
Grace.
question is not for the public. Don't make me ask it. So I'll ask him personally. So I just
So
Then Grace, you
yeah.
are not to bring that up
seriously,
here.
No, I was not bringing it up.
Okay, so
I'm
we have our
sorry.
guest. We have our guest here. Let's not be arguing amongst
so you
ourselves.
can call us on 0770907907, 0770907907, 0880907907, and be a part of this discussion. Ask Robert Haynes questions as it relates to the House of Representatives.
Mhm.
He will be here to answer all of the questions. Don't let him go there at the end of the day. You can't start asking us.
Mhm. And let me bring this issue about civil
I
servant
think
up.
we have
He
somebody
just
for that.
we'll go there. He just talked about lawmakers making something around $4,000 after
Taxes.
taxes and all of that. So what's about civil servants? These people are unhappy. They are complaining about what they have been paid.
No increase in the pay.
Mhm.
So I don't speak for the president.
Okay.
So, but the president, during the State of Nation address,
Mhm.
he spoke of it that
Mm.
it was going to be increased. So
Okay.
those who make beneath $150 are
Mhm.
going to work on that. So, but that's something being spoken about. I'm sure Brother Smith Tope or Solo kept
Rebecca
right there
can
to
talk about that.
talk
Okay.
about that.
Okay, we hope to invite them one of these days. So 0770907907, 0880907907 are the numbers to get you connected to talk with
Okay,
our guest
I
So,
wanna.
here this
so
morning.
like the callers come here, you come ask your question. So let me say this:
Mhm.
that the notion that most of us Liberians have,
Mhm.
that lawmakers in Liberia only work 2 times a week,
Mm.
Tuesday and Thursday, that's far fetched. The
Okay.
lawmakers work the 5 working days of the week.
Okay.
On Monday is for leadership. Like today, right about now, after speaking here, exactly at 12 o'clock, we're
Mhm.
going to be upstairs in the first floor conference room for a leadership meeting.
Mhm.
So leadership meeting are those who are chair and co-chair on committees.
Mhm.
They along with the speaker and the deputy speaker, they gather every Monday at 12 o'clock for leadership.
Mhm.
Then Tuesday is for section.
Okay.
Then they gather in plenary
Mm.
To discuss.
to discuss or debate issues. On Wednesday is for committee.
Okay.
Committee meetings are held on Wednesday.
Mhm.
For instance, when you are elected, looking at your background, you
Mhm.
for media, you could possibly be on broadcasting information committee.
Okay.
So for you to have meeting with your your members, those committee members, and issues that come about to discuss.
Mhm.
On Wednesday is for committee meeting. On
Okay.
Thursday is for section.
Section.
On Friday is constituency visit.
Mm.
That's the time you have people from your constituency can come over to your office
Or
and
you
meet
go
with
to,
you,
or you go to
Okay.
them.
or you go to them. So that's how it is. So the 5 working days of the week, lawmakers work the 5 working days. Contrary to what people think that Only Tuesday and Thursday, lawmakers work.
So all this time, why have you not been telling the public? Because most people, even you will be surprised for the number of people that think that you only work Tuesday and Thursday.
I have come to this very studio. Probably you are interviewing me for the first time, but I have come to this very studio. I was being hosted by Brother Sekou Sherry, and I came along with my deputy, and we run a series radio program. Now, all of these pieces of information are provided for people. By the way, on our radio program, we have a particular series that run called uh, and they call it FATS,
Mhm.
amazing facts of the legislature. So that series I run, sometimes that there are some things people don't know about the
Of
legislature.
course,
All
there
right.
are a
And
lot of
so
things that
we run
people
that
don't know.
series on the program. Like I was just saying to you, we have a lady who is the longest serving representative in Liberia who was
Okay.
elected in 2005. She comes from Bomi County. Her name is Hata Fata Sana.
Okay.
She was elected in 2005. So meaning she won 3 times. She won her election 2005, 2011, 2017.
Okay.
She's still in the House of Representatives.
So that's it. Since we have you at that house, we are noticing changes. Like now, the information you're just providing, a lot of things that have been going on and the public don't know. So I want to hear you and your team for the amount of work you are doing, at least reaching out to the public and making them understand the workings of the election. It's something that most of them don't know about. Like now, what you're talking about. The workings there. Something that you'll be surprised that most Liberians yet they are not informed. So I think you are making a lot of change
Thank
at
you.
that place. Thank you very
More
much.
grace to my elbow. And thank you.
Okay, so we can just have your parting statement because time is fast spent.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity again afforded us to speak to the country on number of issues happening at the legislature. We're very grateful for this opportunity. We don't take it lightly
Okay.
because every radio station do have their own following. And so to have her come here and tell you about the Honorable House of Representatives and how it's working there, we're grateful for that. And we'll want to also say to the public that as we go forward, we're there for another week. So we're getting close. We're standing to tell you how committed our lawmakers are.
Okay.
And so, looking at these crucial issues that they have to look at, I can say kudos to members of the 54th legislature for some of the hard decisions they've been able to take over the past 5 years. Remember, we some time ago there was an issue about the rest crisis,
Mhm.
and I saw the Speaker of the House, along with members of the House of Representatives, go over to meet with our rest importers, and then we'll have to go and do a follow up. We went to some couple of stores and all of that to tell you how committed our lawmakers are to see things work in the interest of our country. And so, again, before I leave, let me say thank you for taking.
Just before you leave, do you people have a website?
Yes, we does. Yes, does. Yes, we do have.
No.
So, but again, what we run more is we run our social media page. The word over now, the social media cut across is fact catching
Yeah,
and
yeah,
WW
website.
dot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we run as far as possible all social media page of Facebook. I show them what you're reading from to ask people about that stuff. So it's on a daily basis. We update it whenever we have when we have session
Mhm.
in, right after section, we're able to update and our colleagues who are media practitioners, who some of them at times they didn't go for section, they're able to know what happened that day and able to
Okay.
develop their story.
Okay.
So we live in a kind of modern world now, and things are far catching, and so social media cut across, and so we see that very to use it very effectively.
Okay. So thank you ever so
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
honoring our invite.
Thank you so much. I've been great about to the ladies. I thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for the
Okay.
job you continue to do for our people. Posterity, judge all of us.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay. So you've listened to our guest, and he came and he elaborated on some of what they are doing at the house. And this is how we like to go home on the program this morning. But before leaving, we would like to hear from our sisters.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, once more to tell you, shalom, peace. Keep pushing the agenda of Liberia. Liberia is above all political parties. Let us make sure that our country gets to what we want it to be within the years, 20 years. And all the blessings we have comes from above. Grace Williams Joshua, my name. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to say thanks to our listeners, our viewers, our following the diasporas, our commenters. I would like to say thanks for following Good Morning Liberia and following Force of Liberia. So we see you tomorrow morning to serve you breakfast. I am Samira Wonai.
And so this is how we like to leave you on this morning's presentation of the program Good Morning Liberia. To be back here tomorrow morning with a fresh edition of the program Good Morning Liberia. Famata Duncan is my name. We'll be back here. See you.
Oh, we did.